Hello, welcome to Divine Messages of Light and Love. I'm Lana Fink, and today I want to talk to you about not knowing exactly what is going to be happening in your future and still being okay with it. Because sometimes you don't need to know all of the answers. And while you may have some goals in life, there may be some things that completely sidetrack it, or you're taken in a whole other direction that you have no idea would have even happened. For me personally, I want to take you back over 30 years ago when I was just 19 and I decided to take a risk and leave my family in the Midwest and move to New Jersey as a nanny. I didn't know what my future held. I knew where I would be living. I knew that I would get paid every week. And I knew that the job was for about a year. I, though, didn't have any friends. I didn't have any family. I was out there alone. And one of the things that I learned from being out there is that I had to really take care of myself. 2 weeks after being there, I totaled the car I was in, and my employers sat me down and said I had a decision to make. I could either move back home or I could get another car. And I chose to stay and get another car because I wasn't quite ready to head back to the home that I had known. I wanted to find out who I was and be able to venture out on my own. So, of course, right, 19, I walked into a shop and got completely taken advantage of with the interest rates and everything else. I will tell you though, buying my own car and getting insurance and doing everything I needed to do to stay in that environment was unbelievable because all of a sudden I realized I can do anything. It absolutely, completely was the foundation of the resilience that I have today. Because whenever a challenge comes my way, no matter what it is, big or small, I think about what I want the outcome to be. And I'm not always going to have the answer or get it right every single time, but I'm definitely going to give it a good try because I know that God has a plan for me. And if we go back for a minute, after 27 years in corporate America, I was all of a sudden without a job and my role got eliminated. I have to tell you, I wasn't quite sure what to do. The first 2 months, I needed a break. I needed to completely decompress, and that was me time. And it just fortified me as a person and helped build my resilience. I continued, though, to look within and see what is it that I can do? What gift can I bring to the world to help everyone? And I opened my own communication coaching business because through Toastmasters International, I was a member just a little over 2 years. I was able to finally find my voice. And I know how important communication is to building healthy relationships, to helping everyone increase their confidence, and just really get them to that next level. I'm now the CEO of my own company, and I've also even coached TEDx speakers. Yeah, the big stage with that big red circle. I had the privilege of coaching two speakers, and I'm currently coaching a third. The reason that their messages are so important is because they are literally international and they can reach every single audience. I've learned the power of words, how to make sure that each word that you say counts so that everyone understands what it is you're feeling. And I will tell you that learning also with PowerPoint presentations, the last thing I do is put all these words on a screen. I would rather have a picture and talk to the picture to show you what it is I want you to feel at that point than to have you reading words and not listening to me as a speaker. These are all of the amazing things that I have learned through my journey that has helped me come to where I am today and build my resilience. I also think back to when you're a mother and you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to get everything done that needs to be done? How? All of a sudden, you start with one thing at a time, and before you know it, your whole list is complete. The one thing, though, that I did need to learn, on top of the resilience and how to be the strongest person I can be, is to also give myself grace. That's right. I needed to learn how to forgive myself because there were so many nights where I had a list that I didn't complete, and I would go to bed feeling like I failed, like I wasn't the person I needed to be. I prayed to God and I asked Him to help me see how I could change the perception I was having of me personally. He told me, instead of thinking to yourself that you didn't complete the list that you needed to by the end of the day, what if you said, wherever you were needed in your own special way? Meaning, if I had a list to complete 10 different things and I only got 5 done, but I was needed to speak to someone very important to me about possibly something they're going through, God needed me there to help that person versus trying to get through the list that I felt like I needed always to do. All of a sudden, I sat back and I realized that the negative self-talk I was giving myself was affecting my psyche. It was literally affecting me as a person. And at that point, I decided to always give myself grace because I know that God is going to put me wherever He needs me to make that impact. Whether it's completing the list that I have at my house, or if it's making a video here for you, or if it's even stepping out and speaking to someone at the supermarket, maybe even walking up to someone who feels deep in thought or not feeling quite like themselves. It's the little things that you can do to give someone a smile, a gentle touch, a hug that can literally change their life forever. So for me, what I want to just get through to each one of you is that yes, resilience is important. And getting through the lists, having goals, it's important. What's also important, though, is the balance you give yourself and the grace that you're going to give yourself to say it's okay if you didn't get through everything. There are going to be some non-negotiable things that you absolutely have to get done. And you know what those are, and you'll make sure those are done. But for those other things that are a want to do versus a need to do, give yourself the grace you need because God is always going to put you where He needs you the most. After 30 years of not praying at all, really to Him, He has put me now in front of each of you to deliver messages that He's always with us. He's always going to forgive your past. And if you're ready to step up into your true purpose, ask Him what it is, because He will absolutely guide you and He will tell you what He wants you to do. For me, my purpose is to spread light and love to everyone I see. And while it's great that I can talk to others and go to meetings locally, I realized more and more how important these videos are because it's going to be far more reaching than just speaking to everyone I see on a daily basis. I want each one of you to think to yourself how amazing you are, the different things you've gotten through in life, and how resilience has been key to you winning and becoming who you are today. I will tell you, trust me when I tell you this, not everything I've gone through did I feel like I was winning at the time. And there are quite a few prayers that didn't get answered. But when I look at it, I think back to why. God had a reason for me not getting another corporate job. Honestly, I was told a few times in corporate America, I'm too passionate. I care too much about the customers. That's me to the core. And so not going back into corporate America, I think was a very good decision. And now I'm able to step into my purpose and truly know that this is where I am supposed to be, helping each one of you realize how amazing you are, how your resilience has gotten you to where you are today, and how it's going to be what is going to get you where you need to go tomorrow, 10, 20 years, and beyond. It is that knowledge that you can do anything, anything you put your mind to. And knowing that you're always protected and surrounded by God and his team of angels is going to help you understand no mountain is too high, no ocean is too deep, no desert is too dry for you to achieve your dreams. My challenge for each one of you is to think about something that maybe you've really given yourself a hard time about in the past and see if you can give yourself grace instead. Because I will tell you, giving myself grace and being able to understand that I'm not perfect, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I know God is going to put me where he needs me. And if I don't get through the list of things I need to do every day, I still succeeded. I was able to do what I needed to do that day. God is going to always tell me and show me where I'm supposed to be. That I know is a promise I can take forever for me. And so I'm going to go ahead and end today. And I want you each to have the grace that you need to understand that resilience is great and you can get through goals, you can achieve whatever it is to get to that next level. While you're going through the journey, it's the grace that you give yourself that's going to truly allow you to understand how far you've come and the knowledge that you don't have to be perfect to go the rest of the way. Because truly, at the end of the day, what all of us just want is to be loved and cherished and be the best we can be, whether it's a spouse, a parent, a mother, a child, or even a leader. When you can come from a place of grace and you can give grace even to your employees for not always being perfect and not always doing everything 100% when it's needed, it allows them the chance to say, you know what, maybe something that happened with their children was needed more important than what it is they needed to do for work. And if they weren't there for that child, something could have gone wrong. For me, as a leader for Toastmasters International. I know how important it is for my area directors to have the support they need to do what they need to do at home, but then also support the clubs they're all taken care of. I'm going to be the leader that's going to give them as much grace as they need. Because at the end of the day, it's about how you take care of others, how you stand up for others, being there and giving that light and love that is going to go such a long way. I'm Lana Fink, and I will be back with another message soon. Thank you.